When I was a product manager in the tech industry, I used to get asked, how do you navigate competing priorities? How do you balance multiple priorities going on? That question always felt so silly to me because a priority, by definition, there's only one of those. There's only one thing at the top. Everything else is secondary or less. And what you're asking me to do is define the priority. But because I'm not C-suite, I never actually had the power to do that. So they just kind of sent you on this goose chase, and it was sort of a gaslighting. And what I realized is like a lot of companies are like that. A lot of companies are like, well, we have 3 or 4 priorities. No, you don't have 3 or 4 priorities. You have 3 or 4 options that could be the priority. And then when I work with people one-on-one now, I'm helping them define that priority, but we're not just making a selection, rolling the dice. We're looking at, what's your magic? Why do people come to you? What is the thing that only you and your team can do outside of anybody else? Like, what is the thing that you bring to the market that is almost intangible? That's what we're focused on, because that's what you center the ethos of the business on. That's the heartbeat of the business. Now all these other decisions become easy. Now we know what the priority is because we know what honors that and what detracts from it. We know what keeps the business on track and what takes the business off track. It's also measurable, right? Because it's like, revenue is measurable, but also impact is measurable. Also reach is measurable. Partnerships, like, retention, client retention, employee retention, employee happiness, all of these things are measurable. And while they're not actually the revenue, they have a direct connection to the revenue. So it helps you understand what's a yes and what's a no. And the thing about growing when you're already at a certain level, especially when you're at the 7-figure, growth is about doing less. It's not about doing more. When you're at the beginning, yeah, it's about throwing everything at a wall to see what sticks until something lands. After a certain point, when you know, okay, this is what works and this is what feels good to the company, to the organization, when you're at that juxtaposition, it's like, okay, great. Now we know what is going to work for us. Everything else gets cut. Everything else. I'm not talking about layoffs. I just mean like all the other projects, all the other offers, all the other ideas, right? You trim the fat. Now we can zone in and lock in. And that's what becomes really difficult to replicate, really difficult to steal. That's what positions you in the market where you're no longer just on a long list of other options. Now there's only one. People are coming to you for that specific reason, so you know why they're there. It's a very different way to operate.